Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, where we learn together, grow together, and try to understand Islam in a simple and practical way, step by step. Thank you so much for joining us again today. And if you enjoy these conversations, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves learning about Islam.
Wa alaikum assalam, everyone. I'm really happy to be here again. And today we are talking about something very important that happens at the end of Ramadan, something that many Muslims do every year, but sometimes we do not fully understand it.
Exactly. And that topic is Zakat al-Fitr, which is a very special charity that Muslims give before the Eid prayer at the end of Ramadan.
Yes, and I always hear people talking about it during the last days of Ramadan, but sometimes people ask questions like, what exactly is Zakat al-Fitr? Who should pay it? Why do we give it? And when should we give it?
Those are great questions, Husna. And today we will explain everything in a very simple and clear way so everyone can understand.
So, Effendi, let's start with the first question. What exactly is Zakat al-Fitr?
Zakat al-Fitr is a special charity that Muslims must give at the end of Ramadan, before the Eid prayer, and its purpose is to help poor people so that they can also celebrate Eid with happiness and dignity.
That is really beautiful, because Eid is a day of joy, celebration, and gratitude, and Islam teaches us that everyone in the community should feel included, especially those who do not have enough food or money.
Exactly. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam made Zakat al-Fitr obligatory for Muslims so that it purifies the fasting person and also supports those who are in need.
I love that idea of purification. Can you explain that a little more?
Of course. During Ramadan, we try our best to fast, pray, and do good deeds, but sometimes we might make small mistakes, like speaking too much, saying something unkind, or wasting time.
Yes, that definitely happens.
So, Zakat al-Fitr helps clean and complete our fasting, and at the same time, it helps poor families have food on Eid day, which makes the celebration more joyful for everyone.
So it has two beautiful purposes. It purifies the person who fasted, and it helps the people who need support.
Exactly. And that shows how Islam always connects worship with kindness and social responsibility.
Now, here is a very common question that many people ask every year, especially new Muslims or young students who are learning about Ramadan. Who exactly has to pay Zakat al-Fitr?
That is a very important question, Husna, and the answer is actually quite simple. Zakat al-Fitr must be paid by every Muslim who has enough food or money for themselves and their family for the day and night of Eid. Meaning that if a person has more than their basic needs for that day, they should give Zakat al-Fitr.
So this means it is not only something for rich people.
Exactly. Unlike the regular yearly zakat, which is only required for Muslims who have a certain amount of wealth saved over time, Zakat al-Fitr is required from almost every Muslim who can afford a small amount, because the amount is not very large, and the goal is to make sure everyone participates in helping the community.
That makes sense, because the amount is small, but the impact can be very big when the whole community gives.
Yes. And usually the head of the household pays Zakat al-Fitr for everyone in the family, which means they give it on behalf of themselves and the people they support.
So, for example, a parent would pay Zakat al-Fitr for their children.
Yes, exactly. A father or mother usually pays it for themselves, their children, and anyone they are financially responsible for, such as younger family members or relatives who live with them.
What about babies? Do parents also pay Zakat al-Fitr for babies?
Yes, many scholars say that parents should give Zakat al-Fitr even for young children and babies because they are part of the household.
So basically, if a family has 5 people in the house, they give 5 portions of Zakat al-Fitr.
Exactly. And that way, the charity grows and helps more people in the community.
Another question people often ask is, what exactly do we give as Zakat al-Fitr?
Traditionally, Zakat al-Fitr is given as food because during the time of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, people gave food that was commonly eaten in their society.
What kind of food did they give?
They gave foods such as dates, barley, raisins, wheat, or dried cheese, which were basic staple foods that families used every day.
So the idea is to give food that people normally eat and can use easily.
Exactly, because the purpose of Zakat al-Fitr is to make sure that poor families have enough food on Eid day so they can celebrate and enjoy the day without worrying about hunger.
And how much food should be given?
The amount is 1 sa of food, which is a traditional Islamic measurement, and today scholars estimate that it is about 2.5 to 3 kilograms of staple food.
That sounds like a bag of rice or something similar.
Yes, for example, many people today give rice, wheat, or flour, depending on what is common in their country.
But today, many people also give money instead of food, right?
Yes, that's correct. In many communities and charities today, people give the money equivalent, and then organizations use that money to buy food and distribute it to poor families.
That seems very practical, especially in big cities where charities can organize distribution better.
Exactly. And the goal is always the same, to make sure people in need receive help before Eid arrives.
Timing is also very important when it comes to Zakat al-Fitr. So when exactly should people give it?
Zakat al-Fitr should be given before the Eid al-Fitr prayer, and the best time to give it is during the last days of Ramadan, usually 1 or 2 days before Eid.
Why is it important to give it before the Eid al-Fitr prayer?
Because the purpose of Zakat al-Fitr is to help poor people prepare for Eid so they can buy food, cook meals, and celebrate the day with happiness like everyone else.
So if people give it after the Eid al-Fitr prayer, it might be too late for families who need it.
Exactly. If someone gives it after the Eid al-Fitr prayer, scholars say it is still counted as charity, which is good, but it is no longer counted as Zakat al-Fitr.
So the best idea is to plan early and make sure it is given on time.
Yes, that way the charity reaches people before Eid and truly helps them enjoy the celebration.
The more we talk about Zakat al-Fitr, the more I realize how thoughtful and beautiful this system is, because it connects our worship with real care for other people, and it shows that Islam always encourages us to think not only about ourselves, but also about the well-being of the entire community.
That's a very important point, Husna, because Islam teaches us that worship is not only about our relationship with Allah, but also about how we treat the people around us. And Zakat al-Fitr is a perfect example of this balance between spirituality and social responsibility.
Yes, because during Ramadan, we focus so much on fasting, praying, reading the Quran, and improving ourselves. But at the end of the month, we are reminded that our spiritual growth should also lead us to become more generous and compassionate.
Exactly. And there is a very beautiful wisdom behind that. When a Muslim fasts for a whole month, they experience hunger and thirst during the day. And this experience helps them understand how difficult life can be for people who do not always have enough food.
That's true, because when you feel hungry yourself, even for a few hours, you start to think more about people who feel that hunger every day.
Yes, and that feeling builds empathy and compassion, and Zakat al-Fitr gives us a practical way to act on that feeling by helping those who are struggling.
So, in a way, Ramadan trains our hearts to become more soft and caring.
Exactly. And then Zakat al-Fitr turns that compassion into action, because instead of only feeling sorry for people in need, we actually give something that helps them.
I also love the idea that Zakat al-Fitr helps everyone enjoy Eid together.
Yes, that is another beautiful wisdom behind it. Eid is supposed to be a joyful day filled with gratitude, family gatherings, and delicious food. But imagine how difficult it would be for a poor family to watch others celebrating while they have nothing to eat.
That would be very sad.
Exactly. And Islam does not want that kind of situation in a healthy community. So Zakat al-Fitr ensures that people in need receive food before Eid arrives, which allows them to celebrate with dignity and happiness.
So it protects people from feeling left out during a time of celebration.
Yes, and it also strengthens the bond between members of the community, because when people support each other, the whole society becomes stronger and more united.
I think that is something very special about Islamic teachings, because acts of worship often bring people closer to each other, not only closer to Allah.
That's absolutely true, Husna. And Zakat al-Fitr is a reminder that the end of Ramadan is not the end of our kindness or generosity, but actually the beginning of continuing those good habits throughout the rest of the year.
So Ramadan changes our hearts, and Zakat al-Fitr shows that those changes should affect how we treat other people.
Exactly. And when Muslims understand this deeper wisdom, they realize that Zakat al-Fitr is not just a small obligation to complete before Eid, but a powerful act of compassion that brings blessing to the giver, relief to the receiver, and unity to the whole community.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to today's episode, and we hope this conversation helped you understand Zakat al-Fitr in a simple and clear way.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family so more people can learn and benefit.
And let us know in the comments, have you already prepared your Zakat al-Fitr this year?
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep doing good.
Assalamu alaikum, and see you in the next episode.
See you in the next episode, Insha'Allah.